Hey guys, and welcome back to the Indie Spotlight here on the Fronsman Productions YouTube channel. If you're new to this series, this is where I take a look at independent movies to help shine a spotlight on some of the awesome talent out there making indie films. Today we're going to talk about another one of James L. Edwards' movies, the horror anthology Brimstone Incorporated. Brimstone Incorporated tells three short tales about how various individuals have made it to hell. The movie presents hell as a bureaucratic law firm where new arrivals must first be screened in an interview by Asmodeus, played by Drew Fortier. From there, the movie goes ahead and takes us back in time to show us the events that led up to these people ending up in hell. Our first story is First Date, starring James L. Edwards and Cheyenne Day. However, unlike the characters they played in Her Name Was Krista, this time around, their characters don't mesh quite so well. Instead, Edward's character, Richard, gets progressively more and more appalled and shocked by some of the strange and downright psychotic behavior of Renee, and as the story progresses, things only get more and more unhinged with her character. The next tale in the anthology is Mama's Boy, starring Tim Hale, Kaylee Williams, and Sasha Graham. The story follows Justin, played by Hale, as he brings home his new girlfriend Brittany over to visit his mom for the first time. However, Justin is a little bit hesitant and concerned as he has a notorious history of girls suddenly disappearing and leaving him not long after they met his mom. However, little do Justin and Brittany know that things are a little bit more sinister than just an overprotective mother. Then our final story is Skunkweed, starring Rick Germain as Benny Simmons, a musician who works for an ad agency where he makes jingles. We learned very early on that Benny never leaves his apartment as he has a phobia that involves the outside world. But he does have a brother who also runs and operates the ad agency, played by Tim Novotny, who gives him a call to tell him a couple things. First of all, that new jingle is due soon and that deadline's approaching, but also he did send his brother another care package, and we find out that in this care package is a special gift in the form of a bag of weed. However, although Benny is excited to try out this new weed, he gets a little bit more than he bargained for, as we find out that there's a little bit more going on with the pot than just pot, as he starts seeing some very gruesome hallucinations. So that's all that I'll say about the stories of Brimstone Incorporated. Instead, I want to talk about what we can learn from the film as fellow filmmakers. One thing worth noting about Brimstone Incorporated is that it is a collaborative effort. Although James L. Edwards did direct most of the movie, the Skunkweed segment was directed by Brad Twigg. The reason I bring this up is I always think it's really awesome when multiple directors collaborate on a movie. Even in the Hands of Fate, I worked with a fellow director, Richard Russell, and allowed him to direct one of the sequences in one of the big action scenes within the movie. As indie filmmakers, I think it's really important that we embrace collaboration on some of our projects. Sure, any movie requires a village to come together to collaborate to see a common goal to the end. However, in indie film, we're really given the unique advantage to see multiple creative ideas come through in the process to form a story together. As an anthology, that's definitely something done very well in Brimstone Incorporated. Although Twigg's segment does feel distinct and unique on its own, it also feels right at home alongside the rest of the movie put together by Edwards. In Brimstone Incorporated, each of our three segments really do feel very distinct and unique from each other, although they all also tie very well together with the overarching narrative of different souls entering hell, and I love that the humor is added there, making hell kind of like a bureaucratic law firm, corporate office type of place, where each of these major characters from the three segments have to be interviewed and screened by Drew Fortier's character, Asmodeus. And in fact, I really especially think that Fortier's performance as the very arrogant and cocky Asmodeus is one of the standouts in the movie. And I really love the way that everything's able to be tied together in a very fun and unique way. Overall, I think that Brimstone Incorporated is definitely worth a watch for independent filmmakers as a study into how you can pull multiple creative ideas together with an overarching story to tell a cohesive anthology. You can watch Brimstone Incorporated right now on Tubi, and as always, I'm going to link down to it in the description below on this video. Anyway, guys, that's all that I have for you here today. Remember, if you like this content and you want to see even more videos on independent filmmaking, make sure that you subscribe, you hit that like button, and you smash that bell for notifications so you don't miss any videos on the Frons Productions channel. And if you are an independent filmmaker and you want me to talk about your movie on the Indie Spotlight, then in the comments, all I need to know is what is the name of your movie and where can I watch it, and I'll add it to my watch list to talk about in a future episode. Anyway, until next time, as always, that's a wrap.